Hey everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to set up the programming environment so that way you can make your own mods for Minecraft 1.7.10 in 2025. A lot of the old tutorials are outdated and you need some new files and some extra steps in order to get it to work in 2025. So if you've been having troubles watching other tutorials, you've come to the right video. So let's get started. Just so you know, I'm currently running Windows 11, Windows 11 Home. Shouldn't matter that much, but we're going to essentially need three different files in order to get this to work. So the first thing that we're going to need to do, and these the links to where you can download these three files are going to be in the description. So the first thing that we need to download is going to be Java 1.8. You can follow the first link to the Oracle website. You will have to create an account. Don't worry, it's free, pretty easy to sign up. So you create a free account. Once you're signed in, you scroll to the bottom of this web page, and under this section, Java SE subscribers have more choices. You'll need to go ahead and click Java 8 and choose your operating system. I'm using Windows, the 64-bit version. So you'll just download this file here, which is looks like JDK 8 451. So download that one. I already have it here. The next file that you're going to have to download is going to be the Eclipse IDE. The IDE is the workspace where you're actually going to do the programming. So if I open that up, um, that second link, you're going to come here to download packages. So you could just click download, but we're going to download a specific version. I'm going to download this one here, Eclipse IDE for Java developers, not this one, Eclipse IDE for enterprise. So this one here, and then choose your operating system again, and the most people are going to use the 86 by 64. Those are for Intel processors. If you have an ARMS processor, you'll have to use the Arch 64. If you don't know, most likely you're going to be using this one, but I'll show you how to check. Basically, you just go to your Windows settings. Uh, let's see, go to System, go down to About, and then under system type, it says kind of like what it says here, 64-bit operating system. You're using an Intel processor. If you're using an ARMS processor, it'll say that, it'll say ARMS. So download whichever one you need. Um, the third file that you're going to need is um, the Minecraft Forge Gradle. And typically, in the past, if you watch older tutorials, they'll have you come to this website. Um, and they'll have you go to 1.7.10. They'll have you download the source code. This no longer works. It worked, 10 years ago. Um, but now we need a modified version of the file in order to get it to run. So there's a GitHub that has basically all those same files, but some of them are modified, um, which are safer to use and they actually work. So you'll scroll down, you can click here to download the file. And it gives you some examples of what it changes, some some URLs and other things. Um, Honestly, they do great work here. Um, so you get that third file just right here. All right, so now that we have the three files, let's get into what we actually need to do with them. So if you're familiar with Java, you can just go ahead and install this to wherever you keep your Java files. But if you've never had Java before, I'm going to show you what you need to do. So what you need to do is, first thing is go to your drive, go to your program files, look for a file. If you have a file named Java, you can do the installation there. If you don't, I recommend just going ahead and creating a new file or new folder, excuse me. I have to give it admin access and just name it Java, capital J there. So it's empty. Exit that. Now if I run the Java installer or the JDK runtime environment installer, see here, it's going to say it's no longer supported. It's a pretty old version. That's fine. We don't need to add any of these, so we can just hit next. All right, and let's see here, click change to install Java to a different folder. And we're going to change this to be to what we just created, that file we just created. It looks like it already is, but I'm just going to double check here. If I go down to program files, see here, where's my directory? Yeah, Java. Yeah, looks like it's good. Looks like it installed it to the right location. So we're just going to go ahead and hit next. Give it a second here. This process does take a couple minutes because there are quite a few steps here. All right, it's successful. You can go ahead and just hit close. I'm going to go back to my file directory, go back to my program files, and go back to that file to the Java and just show you what it downloaded. So it's going to download 3 files, or install, excuse me. It installed JDK 1.8. It's going to install JRE 1.8.0 underscore 451 and the latest. So we can just keep these 3 files. If you've used Java before, you might have other JDKs in here for different versions. But the next step is important. So we need to set the Windows path to these files, to this file here, to the JDK. So what we need to do first is just, if you click in the search bar, again, you just click at the end and you copy the path, Control C. So we just have that saved. I'm going to minimize the window. Now we need to go to our search bar and just type in environment, if I can spell, environment, and you need to edit the system environment variables. So click that. And before we do anything, be careful on this step. You don't want to mess anything up on your computer. These paths and directories are very important. So just change what I'm telling you to here. Don't make a lot of changes or anything. You need to be careful. So go ahead, click environment variables. The first thing that we need to do is look at our path in this top box. So the path, you can double click it, and I see that I have Python launcher. I guess I did some Python programming for school. Um, we're not worried about that. We're just gonna go ahead and click new. Go ahead and Control V to paste the, oh, actually, you know what? I copied the wrong, go ahead, I'm gonna delete that. I copied the wrong path. Let's go back to that file. I think I have to click into JDK8, into that file, and copy that path. So now I can click path, go to new, Control V, and then we can just move it all the way up to the top. That means that that is going to be the first kind of pathway that our Windows is going to find, which is what we want. And then we also need to do the same thing here, but it needs to be for path again. We're going to double click it, and very important, don't delete any of these things here. Let's see, job 8 path. I believe that's the right one. Actually, I'm not sure. I think I can just delete these 2. Let me just double check. If I create new and I Control V again, that's the one I want. So I'm just going to move this all the way up to the top. And that should work. I think we can just keep these two here. If we can't, we can come back and delete them. Um, so we'll just give that a shot first. Um, hit OK, OK, OK. And we can now exit everything. Okay, so that was the first step, was getting Java set up. The next step is we need to work with Eclipse here. Let me check my notes. So I'm using WinRAR as my file extractor. So if you're using 7-zip, you'll have to create a new file and then, unzip it to that file. But I'm just going to right click on that second file we downloaded. I'm going to extract all just onto my desktop here. It's going to take a while. It's kind of a bigger file. Just double check that I'm recording. Yeah, looks good. All right. So it's down. So it's extracted this file here. Let's see, I can just open this. It's like, okay, so it's created the file. Just gonna drag this out. That's what we need. And you can delete these other two. Don't need them anymore. What we're gonna do is go ahead and open up your file explorer again, go back to your drive, go back to your program files, and we're just gonna go ahead and drag and drop this into your program files. Oops, no, just in here. Great. So now you'll never lose it. You'll know where these files are kept in your program files. Go ahead and double click in there. What we want to do is this application actually is what's going to run the IDE. And just for quick access, go ahead and right click it. Go to show more options. And we're going to go ahead and create shortcut. And that's going to create a shortcut, which we can drag anywhere. So I'm just going to show you, I'm going to drag that onto my desktop, stick it over here. Can now close out of the file explorer. And if I double click it, it's going to take a little bit to run or to open up. And I'm not going to touch anything here. I just want to show you that it works. We'll come back and set the workspace once we have things set up. So go ahead and just hit cancel for now. So that's working, which is great. So the next thing that we need to do is get our ForgeGradle set up. So first thing I want to do, let me check my notes here. Yeah, so first step is let's extract this. Okay, looks like maybe I don't have WinRAR. Maybe it is using 7-zip. I'm not sure. Um, so it's extracted this file. And go ahead and uh, delete the zip file. This is what we care about. And go ahead and now we're going to create a new file or a new folder. Keep saying file, and just I'm going to name it. Let's see, something like custom mods folder. Go ahead and drag that ForgeGradle file into the custom mods folder. Double click that, and we're going to rename this file to um, default backup. So basically, this is going to be your default file, which is edited to make mods. So I'm just going to keep this one here to be safe, so that way I have a backup. I don't have to re-download the file from GitHub. So for now, I'll just copy and paste it, make a copy. I'm going to rename this one, whatever mod I'm trying to make. In this case, we're just going to be, we'll just do tutorial mod, nothing special. All right, and then we can go ahead and now click into the tutorial mod. Oh, actually, oops. Oh, there's even more files than I thought. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna delete the tutorial mod. Apparently, I have to go one, is that right? Yeah, one more file deep in this Explorer. So let me just show you again. This mods folder. Default. I'm gonna, okay, so ForgeGradle example master, back that out, delete this. This is what I want to be the backup. Sorry, I didn't realize there's an extra file layer there. So we'll just call that backup. Again, copy and paste. Now name this one whatever mod you're gonna make. You can make another mod by copying and pasting it again. So now once we have this new mod, we got to go in there, double click in, and then we got to run some things here. So we got to right click, we got to go click open in terminal. So it's important that we open the terminal once we're already in the mods folder, that, in the mod folder we're creating. So open terminal. We're gonna have to run some commands here. So the first command I want to run is Java space dash version, and I hit enter, and that's gonna tell me what my Java version is. So in this case, it's showing 1.8.0 underscore 451, which is what we downloaded earlier, and that's good. I see that the runtime environment, which is the JRE file, which let me just show you again. Files, Java. So that JRE file is also 1.8.0, which is good. That means that we downloaded it correctly, and when we set the environment variables, we did that properly. If it isn't showing this, you'll have to go back and reset the environment variables, and potentially in that step, you may have to go back and delete, let's see, delete these ones, the Oracle Java path, if they already exist. So just keep that in mind. But in this case, moving it to the top seems to have worked. So now we need to run two more things. They'll take a little bit of time here. So the next one we need to run is dot slash Gradle, GRADLEW space setup, capital D for decomp, capital W for workspace. So you just type it in like this, hit enter, And this process is going to take a couple of minutes here. Um, what it's doing is it's downloading, um, I'm not really an expert on this part, but it's downloading Gradle files or the Minecraft files for the Gradle to use, which does take a couple minutes. So last time I did it, it took me 3 minutes, but I've seen for some other people it's taken them like 10 minutes. Some people I've seen it's taken half an hour, but I haven't had much of a problem personally. It's taken me about 3 minutes in the past. So not sure how accurate that timer is, like 10 minutes anymore. Um, okay, hold on. Let's see. It's telling me that the build failed. Okay, guys, so I made a mistake. I'm gonna just show you real quick. So I had the path wrong originally. What we had to do was use, let me go back here, my drive, program files to Java, JDK 1.8, and then you have to go into the bin file and copy that path. So I'd messed that up. So you Control C, now you go into environment, variables, go to, let's see here, environment variables, and again, change the path. Go in here, delete the old one I told you, create a new one, Control V, and just move it to the top again for with the bin attached, or you can just type bin. Same thing for down here under the path. Um, delete the old one and add the new one. So I just had the wrong path, and that's why it didn't work. Sorry about that. So just click OK on everything. And again, so what I did was I used this function again, or this command, Java space version to check that it was working, 1.8.0. The JRE was working, 1.8.0, looks great. Then I did that same command, dot slash Gradle W space setup decomp workspace, capital D, capital W, and then I hit enter. And so now it's running, and it's been running for about 2 minutes now. So sorry about that. It's currently decompiling some source code. So this should work now. I just had those wrong paths, so sorry about that. And we'll just wait for it to finish up here. Okay, so now it's shown that the build is successful, which is what we want. Next thing that we're going to have to do is get this to work with the Eclipse IDE that we have set up. So the command will be dot slash Gradle, GRADLE space Eclipse, ECLIPSE, just like that. Then you hit enter again. This one will still take some time, but it'll be a little bit shorter. Okay, build successful. Now we can just exit out of the PowerShell. You can also use command prompt. Um, if you noticed, I was doing this thing where it works in PowerShell, but if you prefer command prompt, you can always do that in Windows 11. Remove the option when you right click to open command prompt. So you just go Windows D. Oh, excuse me, not Windows D. What am I doing? Alt D. Eh, Alt D, and then type command. That'll open the command prompt instead of the Windows shell, but they both work for this. All right, so go ahead and exit out of this here. And now we're finally ready. So we're going to go to that Eclipse shortcut we created a bit ago, double click it, give it a second here. Now, I'm going to have to set a new path for the workspace. So go ahead, hit browse, and we're going to have to, let's see, so mine is on the desktop. I'm going to go to, where we have it. So I'm forgetting the name of it was. Custom mods folder, right there. Okay, then go into the mod you're setting up, tutorial mod. And then, let's see, I believe, yeah, so you got to click into Eclipse. So double click into Eclipse, and then on this file directory, you'll hit select folder. Go ahead and hit launch. And so if you create a new mod, you'll have to set the workspace directory to the Eclipse folder in the new mod. But for now, we're just working with this one mod. And hit cancel, or actually, I'm going to go ahead and hit. Oh. So it's showing me Microsoft Windows Defender is active, and it might have issues. I'm going to go ahead and keep Microsoft Defender on when Eclipse is working. Go ahead and hit proceed. Make it full screen. All right. So now everything is loaded. If you see Minecraft here, you have the SRC or source main Java. You also have source main resources here. It means everything's working well, but there are a few more steps to get everything to work. First thing that we have to do is come up here to run, and then run configuration. Click that. And now here under JRE, we have to set our custom JRE. So currently it's wanting to use Java SE point 1 or dash 1.6. We don't need that. So I can't remember which one it is. I think if we click this one, or maybe it's alternate JRE. Yeah, I think you click alternate JRE here. We'll see if this works here. And click the JRE 1.8.0 underscore 451. That's the one we installed. And go ahead, at the bottom, hit apply. And for now, you can just hit close. And then you'll notice here on the side we have, so when it pops up, that won't be open. We'll have kind of like this, the Minecraft, and if you hit those down arrows like this, you'll get to example mod.java. Now notice that there's like these red X's on all of these. We need to get rid of those. That's a problem because 1.8 is such an old version that it doesn't automatically update the IDE. So it still thinks we're using 1.6, which doesn't work. So we need to update that manually. So double click on example mod.java to load that. Now, once it's loaded, we've got that X. But now what we do is we come over to project, properties, and then you click on Java compiler. Then select enable project specific settings. And then these are all set to 1.8, which is just to show you it's the lowest that we can go anyway. And then hit use default compliance settings and click apply. It'll ask you if you want to rebuild the project. Click yes. I'll take a second here, and you'll notice on the side all of those red X's went away. So it now recognizes that we're using 1.8, which is perfect. So now you can just hit cancel. And now to test that everything works, we go to this red or this green run client button. Go ahead and click it. It's gonna build Minecraft 1.7.10 for us. All right, and we'll know it works if it's shown Minecraft 1.7.10 here, and that we have 4 mods loaded. So 3 of the mods are by default just to get everything working. Minecraft Coder, Forge Mod Loader, Minecraft Forge. And the example mod is the current mod that we have loaded in here. So everything's working and you're ready to get started in your programming. So you can watch some other tutorial videos. That was just helping you get set up for the modding environment in 2025. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a like. Have a great one. Bye.